All right, time to fire up that taxi and stepping out. That's right, onto the red carpet is Joe, the Brown Insurance guy.
Folks.
That's right. What's up, bub?
What's going on, man? How are you this morning?
Well,
It's going to be a scorcher today.
as long as I stay inside,
Yes.
I'm good.
Yes, it is going to be a scorcher today. I looked at the weather, and, it was nice having that rain that we had. It was kind of like an every 3 or 4 day thing. Everything was greening up, but leave it to a Texas summer. It's already turning brown.
It's time to get hot again.
No rain in the forecast.
None at all. Speaking of, the summer, a lot of people are going to be out doing stuff, driving here and there and doing some things. Taking those road trips. Something I saw the other day, I guess it was in Dallas. It was, we were going.
The big city.
Yes, we were coming back from a vacation and saw a guy on the side of the highway, tire blown out.
Oh, yes.
Fender all messed up and all that kind of stuff. One thing about it is that it's bad enough to blow out a tire, but then when a tire wrecks your car.
Yeah, and it's funny that you bring that up. We actually had a gentleman call, it's probably been 3 or 4 weeks ago, driving just a regular old plain Jane Dodge and had a rear tire blowout. And not only, like you said, not only did it jack up his tire, he's got to get a new tire, but it jacked up the inner fender well to the tune of about $1,500 to $1,800.
Man.
Starts, as that tire comes off and it starts, throwing tread everywhere and jacking everything up. And, I want to say it's like either $1,500 to $1,800 to get that sucker fixed. And, the thing about the tires and the heat, you got to make sure that those tires are inflated properly. Because as they start moving and hitting that hot road, the tendency, if they're not if they're overinflated, they're underinflated, the risk of those suckers blowing and causing a blowout is a lot higher. So, what I just kind of wanted to remind the folks out there today, as you're getting ready for summer travels, you're going to be hitting the road. A little bit cheaper to hit the road these days than hitting the air. So a lot of families packing up the family truckster and heading out. Start getting everything checked. I know we're going on a vacation here in a couple of weeks, so I'm already kind of starting to prep things, such as found out the other day, got to get a new set of tires. They're just kind of getting to that point. And, tires in the summertime on hot asphalt when you're going, hundreds of miles, you don't want to risk that. And you don't want to risk having the car loaded down with the family, having a blowout, having something happen to the tires. I didn't realize the other day that with those tires, not only as they age and as that tread wears off, but whereas a new set of tires can withstand maybe the impact of things that you're going to hit in the road, as that tread wears out, there's less meat on it. Thus, things like thorns and little staples and little nails that maybe didn't affect it before are going to affect it now. Next thing you know, you wake up getting ready to hit the road in the morning at the hotel, and you got a big old flat.
The other day, I walked into one of the places here in Graham and was looking to get some longer tow chains for my horse trailer. And
that's pretty country.
Yes, I know it. I was kind of cowboying up there for a second. But if you talk about taking the open road, a lot of folks are going to be taking a boat behind their vehicle. They're going to be taking a trailer behind their vehicle. And, speaking of, tires blowing out on those things, or if it comes unhitched from the trailer hitch and slams into the back of your vehicle, I mean, you got to be ready for that stuff.
You do. You do have to be ready for it. You always, safety. You always want to make sure safety is prevalent for you. Make sure. It's the little things, and you see people doing it all the time, or not doing what they should. Where hey, I'm just going to throw it on the ball, and I'm just going to go down the road. No. Not only do you throw it on the ball, but make sure that ball lock is on there. Make sure you have your little pin in there to prevent that slide from coming back if that's your kind of trailer. Yeah, let's make sure that your chains are hooked up. The other thing, I'm telling you, when you're pulling a trailer, for some reason, lights always seem to be a problem. Make sure your lights are good to go. Test them before you plan on hitting the road. Make sure your brake lights work. Because a lot of times, if you've got a small enough trailer, you can see your truck brake lights. But if you can't see them, the drivers behind you have no idea when you're going to stop. So you want to make sure your lights are good to go. Going back to the main vehicle, you need to make sure all of your stuff is checked out. Get your tires, make sure your spark plugs, your radiator. It's going to be like 101 degrees this weekend. You want to make sure your antifreeze is up to par. You want to make sure your air conditioner is up to par. A lot of folks are saying, hey, what does this matter with insurance? Well, I'll tell you where it really comes into play. most of your insurance policies, if you have full coverage, will offer you, trip assistance, roadside assistance, which is something that you really want to make sure you know your numbers for that, so that if you break down out in the middle of nowhere, you've got somebody that you can call to not only come maybe fix a flat for you, maybe, tow you to a service station, but a lot of your policies also will include trip interruption coverage. So, again, you're out in the middle of nowhere, and if you're more than 100 or 200 miles from home, every policy is different. Some policies will provide for you trip interruptions, so they'll get you a hotel for a night or two, get you back on the road, rental car coverage, things like that, to get you moving down the road to where you're not Clark W. Griswold and it out in the middle of nowhere, going down dirt roads and having to he did all kinds of crazy stuff.
Being stuck someplace,
yeah,
and that's
exactly.
the last thing I want to do is get the family all excited, get everybody fired up, and then get out someplace and
be dad the killjoy. No, you don't want to deal with that. Get your ride ready to go. Make sure the tires are the most important thing out there. Those suckers, they're your feet of the vehicle. You want to make sure those are good. Get your windshield wipers ready to go. We may not have seen rain around here, but you know what? You're going to go somewhere where there is rain, and you want to make sure that's good to go. Just kind of do an overall checkup. Get your trailer squared away, your boats, all that good stuff. So you want to make sure that when you get ready to go out and have fun, that you're going to be able to actually have fun. You're not going to have to be worrying about, oh my gosh, I hope this doesn't happen. I hope that doesn't happen. The other thing I want to bring up too is, when you and I were kids, Rick, it was basically just if you went on a road trip, it was, hey, let's count license plates and playing all kinds of creative games to keep us busy. When we take the kids with us, which is usually always, but when we take the kids, keeping the distractions down for the driver is also good. You want to talk about, as a driver, if you're going on a long road trip, 7, 8, 10 hours, you want to make sure that as the driver, you can concentrate on the road ahead of you, because you maybe are going to be driving in areas where you're not familiar, maybe you're not sure exactly where you're going. You want to make sure that driver distractions are down. So if you can keep the kids quiet with some games, or maybe an electronic device or a DVD player, or whatever, games in the car, things of that nature, it's a good idea, because the less distracted that the driver is and the less stressed out that the driver is, the better the overall trip's going to be.
Benadryl and Jack Daniels.
Whoa. Hey, now. That's, wow.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. That's not recommended.
Poor Matt.
Yeah. All right, folks need to get a hold of you, ask any questions about any of these things you talked about. Except for the Benadryl Jack Daniels. Okay. How do they do that?
Really, really simple. 549-2525. Or you can come on up to the second floor of the Sierra Bank building and come on out and come ask for Lynette and myself. We'll get you, take a look at your policy, see how you're doing, make sure you're squared away. If you have any questions, we can certainly answer those for you. If you thought, hey, maybe it's a good time to maybe start off a second business, whether it be some kind of agricultural adventure or something like that, we've got commercial policies that'll take care of that for you as well. If you're looking at maybe, hey, I want to get into some commercial real estate, maybe I want to start flipping houses, something of that nature, we've got policies to cover that as well. We've got commercial folks that can handle that for you. So come on up. We're a full service agency. We not only do your auto, your home, we also take care of all your life insurance, estate planning, health care, all that good stuff. We can pretty much, as we say, we've pretty much got a market for everything.
So give them a call today. All right, Joe, appreciate your time, my friend.
Time to go back to the taxi.
We'll try to get the taxi and get back to work. We're going to get things kicked off here on your Cornelius Custom Services 8 o'clock hour with Billy Idol and Hart. Stick around.